How did you start in the business? And more often than that, how did you know that you wanted to be an actress?
Oh, those are easy. They're just one-word answers. Gee, I always could mimic. You know, my grandma was the first one on the block when we lived in Texas to get a television, and I was mesmerized by it, and I would watch anything and everything, and I would mimic commercials, like Lucky Strike commercials. They had a girl dancing. You just saw her legs and arms, and there was a hat on top of a Lucky Strike box, and she'd dance, and they'd sing the little commercial song, you know, the little song, and I would sing the song and mimic. But as I really, you know, and I always put on with my sister shows in the garage. I'm sure all you guys did things like that, or made little movies, or you know, were creative in your bedrooms when you were really young.
Or now.
Yeah,
that's...
And so I always had a love for it, but I never, ever thought of it seriously as, oh, this is going to be my career, this is going to be my life. And I wanted to be an ER nurse, actually, but I didn't have the academic wherewithal. I was a C student in all the way through school because I'm dyslexic. I found out later. And so when it came time for SATs, and I went to Birmingham High School here in the Valley, and in my drama class was this wonderful actress, and her name was Sally Field. And at 15, she was brilliant. And so I did plays that Sally and I were in, and we'd do A-cast, B-cast, because there were too many students to play, you know, so you'd do 2 performances. I was always B-cast, and she was always A-cast. And A-cast got to do like 4 performances, and B-cast 3. But when it came time to graduate, I didn't really have the wherewithal, the academic wherewithal with my SAT. I didn't even want to bother taking SATs because I knew I'd fail. So a lot of the students who were in the class were going to this wonderful school called Los Angeles City College, which has an incredible theater arts department. And I thought, okay, I'll go there. And so I did, and very tough curriculum, 2.5 year curriculum. In fact, during orientation day, one of the professors said, there are 236 of you here today beginning our theater arts curriculum, our 2.5 year curriculum. By the end of 2.5 years, there will be 12 of you. And that's how they weeded people out. I mean, you were tardy 3 times, out. You didn't get your, you didn't have your scene work done, out. Goodbye, gone.
Does that sound good, you guys?
And they took no prisoners, but they did incredible theater, incredible productions, and you had to work a year on crew. Either you could either choose wardrobe or crew workshop, and you had to do a scene a week, and a 3-minute scene a week, and the best of those scenes, from beginning acting, intermediate acting, and advanced acting, the best scenes of the week in any of those classes was put into a class called Theater Arts 4, which was for the whole student body could take this as an elective and come in and watch this program that was presented by the Theater Arts Department, the best of the Theater Arts Department. So that was a big deal. But by the time we finished there, and I just garnered an incredible love for theater and the American theater and just anything that that dealt with it, from the curtains, on up and down. And I love being on stage. But I thought I was going to go on to teach. Except one day I was in a class, and the professor and we were in the main theater, and the stage was there and the curtains, and we were sitting in the, in the seats in the auditorium, and he was talking about theater.
The legendary Cindy Williams, made famous for her portrayal of Shirley on the hugely popular Laverne Shirley sitcom, has reportedly died. In a touching statement that was released via social media and shared to the public, a family statement on Monday announced her death, saying, "The passing of our kind, hilarious mother, Cindy Williams, has brought us an insurmountable sadness that could never truly be expressed. Eco News. Knowing and loving her has been our joy and privilege. She was one of a kind, beautiful, generous, and possessed a brilliant sense of humor and a glittering spirit that everyone loved. Williams played alongside Penny Marshall on the popular sitcom for its 8 seasons from 1976 to 1983. Laverne Shirley was a spin-off of Happy Days. The show had a ton of success, at one point becoming the most watched sitcom in the United States and netting 6 Golden Globes nominations and 1 Emmy nomination. Williams left Laverne Shirley during the 8th season when she became pregnant. However, her career saw her take on projects on Broadway, make guest appearances on shows like 8 Simple Rules, and even reunite with Penny Marshall on an episode of Simon Cat in 2013. Williams worked with some Hollywood's most elite directors in a film career that preceded her full-time move to television, appearing in George Carker's 1972 Travels with My Auntie, George Lucas's 1973 American Graffiti, and Francis Ford Coppola's The Conversation from 1974. But she was by far best known for Laverne and Shirley, The Happy Days spin-off that ran on ABC from 1976 to 1983, that in its prime was among the most popular shows on TV. Williams played the straight-laced Shirley Fernie to Marshall's more libertine Laverne DeFazio on the show about a pair of blue-collar roommates who toiled on the assembly line of a Milwaukee brewery in the 1950s and 60s. They were beloved characters, William told the Associated Press in 2002. DeFazio was quick-tempered and defensive. Finney was naive and trusting. The actors drew upon their own lines for plot inspiration. We would make up a list at the start of each season of what talents we hired, Marshall told the Association Press in 2002. Williams told the Association Press in 2013 that she and Marshall had very different personalities, but tales of the two clashing during the making of the show were a bit overblown. The series was the rare network hit about working-class characters with a self-empowering opening song. Give us any chance, we will take it. Read us any rule, we will break it. That opening would become as popular as the show itself. Williams and Marshall's chant of Skemazel as they skipped together became a cultural phenomenon and often invoked piece of nostalgia. By the way, Marshall, whose brother Gary Marshall co-created the series, died in 2018. The show also starred Michael McCain and David Lunter as Laverne and Shirley's oddball hangers on Lenny Squiggy, but unfortunately, Lunter died in 2020. As ratings dropped in the 6th season, the characters moved from Milwaukee to Burbank, California, trading their brewery jobs for work at a department store. In 1982, Williams became pregnant and wanted her working hours curtailed. When her demands weren't met, she walked off the set and filed a suit against its production company. She appeared infrequently during the final season. We send our warmest condolences to the family of Cindy in this tough time. Rest in power, Queen.